everyone, Princess Alethea Kontis here, and today I'm going to rant to you about another tale from the Crimson Fairy book by Andrew Lang. This one is called How the Tanuki Was Punished. This is a Japanese fairy tale. The tanuki is very much like a fox. It's a trickster animal that knows a lot of magic. Once upon a time, there was a wood, and the hunters had hunted this wood so thoroughly that only 3 creatures remained in the wood: the tanuki, his wife, who was a fox, and their son. Since these animals had a lot of magic at their disposal, and they were very, very clever, which is the one reason why they were the only ones left alive in the forest, the tanuki and his wife started to scheme. The tanuki said, "Hey, why don't you turn yourself into a man and then sell me at the market and take the money and we'll buy a bunch of stuff to eat?" The wife said, "That's a pretty good idea. And then next time you can turn yourself into a man and sell me." And the tanuki said, "This is a great idea. Let's do it." The fox turned herself into a man and went to sell the tanuki at the market. The man threw the tanuki in a room. The tanuki, who was not dead, scrabbled out of the room and went back to his wife, who had the money. They bought lots of stuff, had lots of food, and some great laughs about how they got the better of all the humans. When it was the wife's turn to be sold at the market, the tanuki turned himself into a human, sold the fox at the market, and told the guy, "She's not really dead. You may want to make sure of that." And then took the money and went home after betraying his wife. Nice guy. The tanuki then started to treat his son kind of badly. He didn't really give him anything to eat, the son was forced to forage for himself, and oh yeah, P.S. he killed mom. The son decided his dad needed a bit of a comeuppance, so he challenged his dad and said, "You know what, Dad? I think my magic is just as good as your magic." And the tanuki said, "Yeah, how about we have a duel?" Magicians in fairy tales love to have duels, be they human or animal or anything else. The son said, "Here's what I propose. I'm going to turn myself into something and walk across the bridge, and you see if you could recognize me." The tanuki said, "Deal." Instead of changing himself into anything, the son ran and hid. The tanuki stood on the bridge and waited for the first person to cross. The first person to cross turned out to be the king. The tanuki, thinking the king was his son, said, "Aha! Now I've got you!" The soldiers, thinking the king was under attack, took the tanuki by his feet and threw him into the river. So the son went back to the woods where he lived, all by himself, happily ever after. I don't really know if you can call it happily ever after if you're living alone, but some of us kind of like living alone, so perhaps he was okay. Really super sad about the fox mom. That was kind of a bummer. Thank you all again for joining me once more for Princess Alethea's Fairy Tale Rants. One more episode until the season finale. I will join you again after DragonCon. See you guys next week. Love you. I think my magic is just as good as your magic.